Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers leak Sonny Corinthos. Maurice Bernard has made plenty of enemies in Port Charles, but someone just took their vendetta to a whole new level. When flames engulfed his penthouse, it sent shockwaves through the city. Was this a warning, a message, or an outright declaration of war? The timing couldn't be worse, with Sonny's empire already teetering on unstable ground. But who could be behind such a calculated and dangerous move that left his son, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, clinging to his life and recovering for the foreseeable future in a German burn clinic? There are a few prime suspects lurking in the shadows, and each one has more than enough motive to want Sonny out of the picture. Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota, might be the newest player in town, but his arrival has been nothing short of explosive. Literally. His past is already littered with destruction, including blowing up a local warehouse. Could Sonny's penthouse fire be the next step in his sinister plan? Sidwell has been aggressively pushing his Esplanade project, a development on the pier that Congressman Drew Quatermain, Cameron Matheson, has been championing. If successful, it could push Sonny's business interests out of the area entirely. And what better way to expedite that process than by shaking up Sonny's entire world? A fire of this magnitude sends a clear message. Sidwell isn't afraid to play dirty. WSB Chief Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, has been circling Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, like a hawk, and we all know that getting close to Carly often means going to war with Sonny. Could Jack's interest in Carly be a cover for something much more dangerous? Jack has the power and the resources to pull off a calculated attack like this, and we already know this explosive device was akin to those the WSB has in its arsenal. If Jack's goal is to weaken Sonny's hold on his family and his empire, a firebomb penthouse is a solid first strike. Carly has already been struggling to navigate her complicated history with Sonny. If Jack can create enough chaos, maybe he thinks he can finally drive a wedge between them for good. The idea of Drew being behind this shocking attack might sound far-fetched. After all, he's supposed to be one of the good guys. But lately, Drew has been showing a darker side, and his involvement with Sidwell's Esplanade project puts him in a precarious position. There have been whispers that Drew's motivations might not be as pure as they seem. Could he have resorted to drastic measures to help Sidwell clear the way for their waterfront plans? Or is this about something even bigger, like revenge? Drew has been wronged by Sonny in the past, and with tensions rising, he might have decided that it was time to hit Sonny where it hurts. Might Drew have positioned the device with an awareness that he could trigger it when Michael stopped by to see his pops, thereby pushing him out of the way so he could have Willow Corinthos, Catelyn McMullen, all to himself? Stay tuned for more GH news and spoilers just ahead. The residents of Port Charles were shaken when a fire broke out at Sonny Corinthos' penthouse, sending shockwaves through the community and raising questions about who could be behind this alarming act of arson. The fire, which ravaged the lavish penthouse, left more than just charred walls and smoke in its wake. It left a sense of dread, tension, and suspicion hanging in the air. As the investigation continues, the bigger question is not only who started the fire, but also whether it was just the beginning of a much larger plan to destabilize Sonny's empire and, by extension, the lives of those closest to him. For Sonny Corinthos, a man whose life is filled with enemies both seen and unseen, this latest attack feels personal. The penthouse, which has been his sanctuary, was meant to be a place of refuge from the dangerous world he inhabits. But now, that illusion of safety has been shattered. It was more than just a physical attack on his property. It was a clear message. Someone is trying to send in a warning. For Sonny, who has lived his entire life entrenched in the world of organized crime, this latest assault marks a terrifying escalation. His enemies have long plotted to undermine him, to chip away at his power. But this attack feels different. It's personal. it's intimate. The penthouse is not just a building. It's where Sonny has raised his children, where he spent countless hours with the people he loves, and where he's made many of his life-altering decisions. That space is not just an attack on his business. It's an attack on everything he holds dear. But who is responsible for this act? Who has the means, the motive, and the audacity to set fire to Sonny's penthouse? The suspects are many, and the list only grows as more clues come to light. At the top of the list is undoubtedly the figure who has been a constant thorn in Sonny's side for years. His longtime rival, Julian Jerome. Julian, a man who has waged war on Sonny's criminal empire from the shadows, is no stranger to violence and manipulation. He has proven time and again that he is willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead, even if it means crossing moral lines or destroying people in the process. Julian's grudge against Sonny runs deep, and the penthouse fire could easily be seen as the latest in a series of calculated moves to destabilize Sonny's control over Port Charles. It's possible that Julian, who has a long history of shady dealings, could be behind the attack. However, the question remains. Was it simply an isolated act of vengeance, or is it part of a much larger plan to finally bring Sonny down for good? As the investigation progresses, there are signs that the fire may be connected to other recent events in Port Charles. The fire could be a part of a coordinated effort to not only take down Sonny's physical stronghold, but also to undermine his entire operation. It's no secret that Sonny's enemies have long been plotting his downfall, and this act of arson could very well be a precursor to even more severe attacks in the future. While Julian may be the obvious suspect, there are others who could have a vested interest in taking down the Corinthos empire. Another possible suspect in the penthouse fire is someone much closer to Sonny, his own family. Over the years, the Corinthos family has experienced its share of internal strife, and while Sonny's loyalty to his family is unwavering, there have been cracks in the foundation. Sonny's son, Michael Corinthos, has often been caught between his father's criminal world and his desire to distance himself from it. The tension between Michael and Sonny has grown in recent months, with Michael continuing to seek a way out of the family business. Could Michael have been behind the fire in an attempt to force his father's hand, perhaps as a way to make him reconsider his dangerous lifestyle? It's a theory that would be shocking, given Michael's close bond with his father, but the emotional strain between them could have pushed Michael to take drastic measures to make his point. Then there's Ava Jerome, whose own personal vendettas against Sonny have made her one of the most unpredictable and dangerous players in Port Charles. Ava has never been one to shy away from conflict, and her history with Sonny is full of betrayals, grudges, and power struggles. Ava's deep connection to the mob world, coupled with her desire to get ahead at any cost, makes her a prime suspect. Could Ava have set the fire as a way to manipulate the situation to her advantage? The tension between Ava and Sonny has been palpable for some time, and with her own personal agenda in play, it's not beyond reason that she would take such drastic action. Another potential culprit could be someone from within Sonny's organization, a member of his inner circle who has grown disillusioned with his leadership. While Sonny's loyalty to his employees is typically unwavering, the world of organized crime is not without its betrayals. Could someone within his crew be seeking to overthrow him or to make a statement by targeting his penthouse? The stakes in this game are high, and anyone with access to Sonny's world could have taken advantage of a moment of vulnerability to strike at him in the most personal way possible. Sonny's ability to trust those closest to him has always been a delicate balance, and this attack could be a sign that that balance has been shattered. The question of who within Sonny's organization could have carried out such a drastic act is one that will likely remain unresolved until the investigation reveals more information. As the investigation into the fire intensifies, another layer of mystery begins to unfold. Was the arsonist truly acting alone, or were they part of a larger plot to destabilize Sonny's entire operation? There are signs that this fire may be just the beginning of something much larger. Sonny's enemies have been waiting for the right moment to strike, and this attack could be the first of many. The sudden, unexplained nature of the fire suggests that whoever is behind it is not acting out of a simple desire for revenge. They're trying to send a message. If this was merely a warning shot, what comes next? What larger plans are being put into motion, and how will Sonny react to the growing threat? The fire is a wake-up call, a reminder that his enemies are always lurking, waiting for the opportunity to strike. This act of arson has shaken him to his core, and it's clear that he will stop at nothing to find out who is behind it. But as the investigation unfolds, it becomes evident that this is just the beginning of a much larger conspiracy. The ramifications of this attack will reverberate throughout Port Charles, affecting not only Sonny and his family, but also the lives of everyone connected to him. As tensions rise and suspicions mount, one thing is clear: the person, or people, who set Sonny's penthouse ablaze have only just begun. The battle for control of Port Charles is far from over, and Sonny Corinthos is about to find out just how far his enemies are willing to go to bring him down. As the story continues to unfold, viewers are left on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next shocking revelation in this high-stakes drama. With each new twist and turn, the mystery deepens, and the lines between friend and foe become increasingly blurred. Sonny may have been dealt a blow, but he's not one to back down easily. The coming weeks will reveal just how far this dangerous game is willing to go, and who will be left standing when it's over. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updated news.